This song captures the sheer helplessness of emotional persistence. It's for that stage of grief where sadness turns into a quiet, desperate frustration, realizing that while you can delete photos and move houses, you can't simply command your soul to stop feeling. Song style and projection, no Zimmer, with a heart that's still tethered and a head that's not mine. I've tried to be angry, I've tried to be cold, I've tried to turn the silver back into the gold. I've dated the strangers, I've practiced the lies, I've looked for your ghost in 1,000 new eyes. But it's like a pilot light that refuses to die, no matter how many storms come screaming through the sky.
Is there a pew? Is there a prayer? Is there a way to not see you everywhere? I'm fighting a ghost, I'm fighting the tide, I'm fighting the person who's living inside. I want my life back, I want life. I want to cut through they slop with the knife, but the blade just bends and the ceiling never
I'm still here. I'm still stuck. I've tried to move on, but I'm out of luck. I can't turn it off. I can't turn it off. The house is a graveyard of things we once said. I'm tangled in sheets on my side of the bed. The clock on the wall says it's 3 in the morning. The hour of ghosts and the hour of the torn. I blinked at the darkness, my eyes felt like lead. And that's when I saw it, the tilt of your head. Just a sliver of a light on the edge of the frame. I swear on my life I heard you whisper my name. You were leaning your weight on the wood of the door, like 1,000 late nights that we lived through before I could see the soft curve of your favorite old shirt, the one with the hem that we sprayed in the dirt. I stopped my own breathing, I froze in the blue, terrified that a movement would melt away. My heart in my ribs, like a bird in a cage, as I watched you step out from the dark of the page. It was a 3 a.m. hallucination, a momentary, beautiful complication. For one tiny heartbeat, the ending was wrong. The silence was broken by the ghost of a song. But then I reached out and my fingers hit air, and I realized that nothing but shadows in air, just a trick of a lie. The 3 a.m. hallucination. But you in the door, you dissolved into dust like a memory that's fine. You succumbed to the rust. It was just the old coat hanging up on the hook, or a trick of the stars and the way that I look through the tears and the exhaustion and the weight of the years, trying to find it always inside of these fears. Now the doorway is empty, the wood is just wide, and I'm back in the silence when I misunderstood. Come back to the fight, come back to the sign. I don't want the truth, I just want the light. I'd rather be crazy and seeing your face than sane and alone in this godforsaken. Stay in the shadows, stay in the door, don't make me be lonely for 1 second more. It was a 3 a.m. hallucination, a momentary, beautiful complication. I reached out and my fingers hit air, and I realized that nothing was there. Go back to sleep. It was just the carrots. It was just the move. But for a second, you saw the taillights fading in the rain. My ears heard the silence of the ending of the rain. My mind's read the letters, it's memorized the note. It's checked every exit, it's watched the whole show. But deep in the marrow, beneath the ribs and the skin, there's a part of me waiting for the life to begin. It doesn't care about logic or the things that I've seen. It's still living in the always, in the where we have been. I can tell my own hands not to reach for your phone. I can teach my own voice how to live all alone. But when I walk past your street, my pulse starts to climb like a clock that's been fixed to a different time. My blood has a map that it refuses to burn. Every cell in my body is awaiting your turn. I'm a vessel of you, I'm a temple of us, turning my logic into ashes and dust. 'Cause I got a heart with a memory that won't let go. It hasn't heard the news, it hasn't seen the final show. My head is in the present, but my chest is in the past. Holding on to shadows, never meant to last. You can take away the person, you can take away complete, but you can't take the you out of the middle of me. Yeah, I got a heart with a memory, and it's still beating for 3. It's a phantom limb, it's a ghost in the wire. It's the heat of the ash after losing the fire. It's you cut me off and you see right there your name written down in the cells of the earth. It's not just a muscle, it's a library of signs. And it's keeping the things that I love way too much. I learned the feeling, I learned the name. Stop playing this chemical, miserable game. I'm a prisoner of biology, I'm a victim of the beat. I'm a man, woman who suffered a total death. My brain says it's over, my eyes see the end, but my heart's still waiting for its only Cause I got a heart with a memory that won't let go. It hasn't heard the news, it hasn't seen the final show. My head is in the present, but my chest is in the past. Holding on to shadows, I can forget. Stumps the body remembers. It's the June in the middle of these cold Decembers. My heart still knows you. My heart still knows you. kept the I love yous in my pocket like loose change. I thought I had a lifetime to spend them on the range. I let the I'm sorry sit like dust upon the shelf. I was so busy protecting the walls around myself. But if I could freeze the second that you reached out for the knob, if I could stop the clock and do a better kind of job, I'd pour out every secret, I'd empty every room, I'd find a way to make the withered garden start to bloom. I tell you how your laughter is the only song I know. I tell you how I'm terrified to watch a person go. I tell you that the kitchen feels like winter when you're out. I'd kill the pride and vanity, I'd kill the ghost of doubt. I had 1,000 sentences all locked behind my teeth while you were searching for the soul that lived underneath. Now I'm shouting at the silence of a house that's turned to stone, with 1,000,000 miles of stay that I'm saved all alone. And oh, it's 1,000,000 miles of stay that I never got to say. A library of reasons why you shouldn't walk away. I'm writing it in the clouds, I'm screaming it to the sea. Please don't take the better part of everything from me. It's a highway of weight, it's an ocean of don't. It's the few to ever will that turn into a world I'm painted regret. With 1,000,000 miles of stay. I tell you that I noticed every time you changed your head. I tell you that I thank the stars just for having you there. I tell you that my favorite place on earth is by your side, instead of all the places where I used to run and hide. To the words of heavy luggage, and the plane that's already lasted. I'm a victim of a self-inflicted kind of I have said it on the front page, I have said it on the tomb, I have given up the world just to keep the view of you. I have knelt out on the pavement, I have begged until I pay, but the state is just a ghost thinking only in my head. Stay, staring out with suddenly it's 1,000,000 miles of stay that I never got to say. A library of reasons why you shouldn't walk away. I'm crying in the clouds, I'm screaming to the sea. Please don't take the better part of me. The door is shut, the light is out. Stay, 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 stay. I'm sitting on a sofa in a room full of air, but I'm gasping for a rhythm that's no longer there. The wind window is open, the breeze is so light, but my chest is a mountain that's closed up tight. It's a strange kind of physics, a cruel kind of law, how the memory of you is a weight on my jaw. I should be fine, I'm on solid ground, but the silence is heavy, and I'm starting to drown. I'll try to take a breath, but it gets stuck in my throat like a letter to heaven that I never quite wrote. The pressure is building, it's 10 atmospheres. The salt in my lungs is a lifetime of tears. I'm watching the people, they're walking on by. They don't see the ocean that's behind my eye. They think I'm just standing, they think I'm just still, but I'm fighting the current with the last of my will. And I'm drowning on dry land, sinking in place, reaching for oxygen, reaching for your face. There's a molecule of water between me and the sky, and I can't find the surface. No matter how I try, every inhale is tagging, every exhale is blue. The world's full of air, but it's missing the you. I'm drowning on dry land, and the tide's calling through. The doctor says breathe, says count up to 10, but he doesn't know where my spirit has been. He doesn't know gravity's different for me, since the anchor of us got lost in the sea. I'm a deep sea diver in a broken off line, trying to find mercy in a body of pull me up, pull me out. I'm dying in the middle of this lonely drought. There's no water in the room, but I'm losing my lungs. I'm tapping the salt on the tip of my tongue. The pressure, the weight, the cruelty of fate. I might say the surface is getting too low. And drowning on dry land, sinking in place, reaching for oxygen, reaching for your face. There's a mile of wire between me and the sky. Five fathoms deep, 10 fathoms down. Nobody notices when you're starting to drown. The world has gone to sleep, and the houses have gone grey. The noise of all the heartaches has finally faded away. They told me it would burn out, they told me it would die, that the wick would turn to ashes under a heavy sky. but I've tucked it in the corner. I've shielded it from wind. I've kept the fire honest, though the edges have been thin. It doesn't hurt like it used to. It doesn't sting like salt. It's just a quiet blow inside this hollowed out vault. You're 1,000 miles of gone. You're a ghost of nevermore. But I'm still the lonely sentry standing by the door. Not because I'm waiting for the sound of your key, but because this little light is the only thing I see that reminds me I'm human, that reminds me I was loved, that the stars are just cold stones hanging far above. I'm the keeper of the fire, the witness to the spark, the only one left holding a flame in the dark. And it's a spotlight, it's a fragile thing, but it's the only song that I have left to sing. I'm not looking for a rescue, I'm not looking for a change. I finally found a home inside this lonely rage. I'll hold it till the morning, I'll hold it till I'm old, keeping the memory from getting cold. It's okay now. It's okay now. The fire is steady. The moon is worn enough. I'm the last one. I'm still here. Sleep well, my wolf. The world is a jury, and they've reached a verdict now. They tell me move on, and they're showing me how. They say it's a sickness to stay in the rain, that there's no profit in holding this pain. They want me to wash all the ink off my skin, to close up the door and let the new life in. But I'd rather be shackled to the ghost of your touch than live in a world that doesn't mean half as much. So bring on the charges, yeah, read me my rights. I'm guilty of staying awake through the nights. I'm guilty of hoarding the smell of your hair. I'm guilty of talking to the empty air. If sanity means I have to let you go, then I'll be the maddest man. Woman, you know, lock me away with the us that we were. I'm a loyalist, baby, and I'm staying with her. So if loving you is a crime, then put me in chains. Lock me in a cell with the blood in my veins. I'll plead guilty to the judge, I'll plead guilty to
It's the only thing left that is honest and true. The jagged, sharp edges of the memory of you. You can take my freedom, you can take my name, but you'll never extinguish this beautiful flame. I won't be fixed, I won't be fight. I'm staying on the wrong side of the line. Give me the sentence, give me the seal. I'd rather be in this heavy sentient head. I'm psychic cardon, I'm not psychic grace. I'm choosing the sky of your beautiful face. If loving you is a crime, then put me in chains. Lock me in a cell with the blood in my veins. I plead guilty to the judge, I plead guilty to the sky. I'd rather stay a prisoner until I heal the yeah, I'm guilty. I'm guilty. Give me the life sentence. I'm never coming out. I've been riding this road since the sun went down, passing every memory of this hollow-hearted town. I kept checking the mirror, I kept looking for your lights, expecting you to follow through the shadows of the nights. I left the breadcrumbs on the gravel, I left the signals on the dash, waiting for the yours to rise up from the wreckage and the crash. But the horizon is a desert and the rearview is a lie, and I'm the only traveler beneath this heavy sky. I reached out for a hand that was never there to hold. I kept the fire burning just to keep away your cold. I was building up a bridge while you were tearing down the coast. I was hosting a banquet for a godforsaken ghost. I poured the wine for two, I made the bed for 3 or 4, but I'm the only heartbeat left behind this locked up door. It's a funny kind of math, it's a tragic kind of game, where I'm the only person left to carry around the name. And I finally see the signs, I finally see the heat, that love is nothing but a one-way street. I'm pushing on the wave, I do it on the miles, while you're 1,000 years away, trading in the smiles. There's no return to sender, there's no coming home tonight, just a long, long stretch into the fading of the light. It's a one-way street,
always just me. I told my mind to let the curtain fall. I painted over every shadow on the wall. I told my feet to walk a brand new street, to find a rhythm and a different beat. I've practiced saying I'm okay so well that I almost bought the lie I had to tell. I fill the days with noise and empty light, but I can't control what happens in the night. My logic says the book is on the shelf. I've done my best to reinvent myself. I've packed the photos, cleared the digital space. I've tried to find a substitute for your face, but there's a rebel living deep inside my chest who hasn't heard that we've been laid to rest. He doesn't listen to the things I say. He's still living in a yesterday. 'Cause my mind knows the truth, but my blood won't believe it. My soul saw a crack, but it won't ever leave it. I can walk away until I'm miles out of you, but my heart still loves you. Yeah, it beats in your name and it aches in your tone. It's the only part of me that'll want me alone. I'm a desperate man, woman with nothing to do except realize my heart still loves you. My heart still loves you. It's like a lighthouse on a rocky shore, guarded a ship that doesn't sail anymore. It's a reflex, baby, it's a physical thing, like a bell that's been struck and just continues to ring. I can change my name, I can move to the coast, but I'm still the host to this beautiful ghost. Tell it to stop, tell it to break, tell it to quit all this endless hate. I try to be cold, I try to be hard, but I'm holding a losing, miserable card. Every breath, every volt, every stitch, every fault, it all leads back to the start. I can't control my undead the truth, but my blood won't believe it. My soul saw a crack, but it won't ever leave it. I can walk away until I'm miles out of you, but my heart still loves you. It's still you. sorry, but my heart still for you. I stumbled on a thumbnail in a sea of neon blue, a digital window into the current you. You're standing on a balcony, the city at your back, wearing a shade of yellow that we used to call black. You've cut your hair much shorter, you've got a silver ring. You're laughing at a secret that a stranger seems to bring. I'm looking for the us in the pixels and the light, but I'm staring at a person I wouldn't know by sight. Your eyes have found a different way to catch the evening sun, as if the war we fought was never even begun. There's a hardness in your shoulders, a softness in your jaw, a version of your beauty that I never ever saw. I know the way your skin feels, I know the way you breathe, but looking at this image, I can't help but perceive that the one I held in January, the one I call my home, has been replaced by someone made of foreign salt and chrome. And oh, it's like I'm looking at photographs of a stranger, a ghost I never met, a beautiful danger. You're wearing the face that I used to adore, but the spirit underneath isn't mine anymore. I'm in love with the memory that's been erased. Well, I'm looking at the future in a brand new face. Just photographs of a stranger who taught you that new expression, who told you that old joke. Whose shirt are you wearing in that haze of cigarette smoke? The map of your expressions has been redrawn by the years, and I'm not even a footnote in your newfound fears. I'm a ghost in your history, a blur in your past, while you're a masterpiece that was never meant to last. Give me the person I knew, give me the soul that I lost. I want this version, I don't care what it costs. You're the best, you're forgotten, you're a beautiful lie. How can you be living while that you want all back to die? I don't recognize the smell, I don't recognize the eyes. I'm staring at a person in total disguise. I pulled the blue curtains and I taped up the light. I'm making a pact with the middle of the night. The world wants me moving, the world wants me sane, but I'm building a kingdom out of nothing but rain. I got 3 boxes of tissues and a bottle of wine, and a heart that's still tethered to a broken down line. So don't knock on the door, don't ask how I feel. I'm finally doing something honest and real. Your pillows are sponges for the things I can't say. I'm washing the normal and static away. My eyes are 2 faucets that I've decided to leave on the hot and the heavy while I finally grieve. I'm shedding my skin, I'm shedding the pride. I'm letting the ocean take over the inside. It's a humid devotion, a damn kind of grace in the 4 wooden walls of this lonely, sweet place. And I'm safe here in my saltwater sanctuary, where the only thing moving is the ghost of your memory. I'm letting the flood and I'm letting the tide be the only thing left that has nothing to hide. Let the carpet get soaked, let the ceiling turn gray. I'm crying until I can wash you away. Welcome to the water, my saltwater sanctuary. The floorboards are green, the air is so thick. It's me only medicine for a soul that is sick. I don't need the sunshine, I don't need the air. I just need the silence of your empty chair. There's a peace in the drowning, a calm in the sting, as I listen to the song that the soul likes to sing. They call it a break, I call it a bath. I'm scrubbing the ice off the aftermath. I'm filling the room till it hits the light switch. I'm healing the hole that I'm tearing the stitch. Let the water rise, let it reach my eyes. I'm making a hole out of all the and I sat here in the saltwater sanctuary, where the only thing moving is the ghost of your memory. I'm letting the flood and I'm letting the tide be the only thing left that has nothing to hide. One more way, one more tear. It's okay to make young again. It's okay to stay here. Ooh, in the salt, in the sanctuary. There's the eye, it stands alone, a vertical line, a single pillar of a life that was mine. Now it's just a needle, it's a jagged little thorn stuck in the middle of a Monday morning. There's the air like a corner, like a trap, a place where the map has a permanent gap.
like the O is a circle, a zero, a hope, a wedding ring, a shadow that swallowed my soul. And oh, it's the math that's killing me tonight. 7 little ghosts in the pale moonlight. 3 little words, but they're heavy as stone. 7 little letters leaving me alone. I try to rearrange and try to make them say goodbye, but they just sit there staring like a cold glass eye. Just 7 letters left behind. The V is a valley where I'm hiding my head. The E is an echo of the things that you said. 3 lines like the ladder with no place to bow, just a skeleton key for a door I don't know. Then there's a Y, a fork in the road, where you took the high path and left me the low. The O is another zero, a cycle of pain, repeating me always again and again. And finally but you, a cup with no base, a hollowed out vessel, the ghost of a face. It looks like a smile, but it's actually a jar to hold all the distance to wherever you are. 7 little shapes made of ink and a breath. Now they're just the hole in the way of this death. I tried to burn the dictionary, I tried to scrap the page, I tried to lock the alphabets inside a rusted cage. But every time I speak, you're sitting on my tongue. Beyond the speed of melody, got some of it is song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like what is the bar between me and heaven? Get out of my head, get out of the way. I don't wanna hear the alphabet at oh, it's the mass that's killing me tonight. 7 little ghosts in a pale moonlight. 3 little words, but they're heavy as stone. 7 little letters leaving me Get out of my head, get off on the wall. I don't wanna hear the alphabet at all. It's the laugh that's killing me tonight. 7 little ghosts in the pale moonlight. 3 little words that get heavy as stone. 7 little letters, that's all there is. That's all that's left. 7 ghosts. I walked into the theater on the corner of the street. The usher smiled and asked me if I wanted a good seat. I sat down in the middle, row 7, seat 14. And I placed my folded jacket on the space that's in between. The couple to my left gave a look I can't describe. When they saw me talk to nothing,
trying to keep a ghost alive. I bought a large popcorn, though I knew I wouldn't eat. I'm just a fool in the dark, still saving a seat. The diner down the block has a booth with our name. The waitress knows my order, but she knows I'm not the same. She brings 2 cups of coffee and she sets them on the wood. I think she'd stab me if she could, I think she'd help me if she could. But I let the steam rise up from the mug across from me, providing a distraction for the things I don't want to see. The sugar sits untouched, the spoon is perfectly still. I'm paying for a person who will never foot the bill. That I'm still saving a seat for a ghost, the one that I love, the one that I miss the most. The world thinks I'm crazy, they think I'm a mess, but I'm not ready for the empty, I'm not ready to confess. So I'll keep the space open, I'll guard the empty air, pretending for a second that you're actually there. Yeah, the room is getting crowded, but I'm complete as long as I'm saving a seat. The movie started playing some romance from the coast. I felt the cold vibration of the thing I fear the most. A stranger tapped my shoulder, asked who's anyone sitting here, and for a split second my eyes filled up with a tear. I had to say the words, I had to let the light blow. No, it's just me, I whispered to the wall. But as she sat down, I felt the world begin to tune. The vacancy was gone, replaced by upsetting gas. I'm losing on to air, I'm fighting for a ghost. I'm a kingdom that's vanished from the coast. Let them stare, let them whisper, let them think what they will. I'm not moving my jacket, I'm staying perfectly still. It's not an empty chair, it's not an empty space, it's the only place on earth I can still see your face. I'm still saving a seat for a ghost, the one that I love, the one that I miss the most. The world thinks I'm crazy, they think I'm a mess, but I'm not ready for the empty. I'm not ready to confess. Check, please, I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. I'll keep it open for you. The neighbors' kids are taller now, the grass is turning green. The world is chasing colors that I haven't even seen. The morning news says Friday and the milk is past its date, but I'm still standing at the door, just a little bit too late. I looked out at the maple tree, it's shedding all its gold, while I'm still wearing the sweater from the day the air turned cold. The earth is spinning forward, but I've fallen off the track, living in the shadow of a heart that won't come back. I went to change the page today to see what June was like, but the paper felt like lead and the air was like a spike. I'm trapped inside a Tuesday at exactly 4:15, locked inside a photograph, a flicker on a screen. The sun comes up, the sun goes down, the mood begins to climb, but I'm the only person left who's living out of time. Every morning is a mirror of the moment that you left, a permanent, repeating piece of atmospheric theft. And the calendar's frozen and the clocks have lost their hands. I've a statue in the middle of these moving, shifting sands. You left a hole in time, baby, you left a hole in me, and now I'm drowning in a stagnant, silent sea. The world says it's a new year, but I know that it's a lie. It's just the same old Tuesday underneath the same old sky. There's a pile of unread papers by the bottom of the stairs, a growing mountain made of now and other people's cares. I don't know who the president is, I don't know who won the game. Every day is just a synonym for the silence of your name. I'm the keeper of the dead, I'm the god of yesterday, watching all the Sundays slowly rise and fade away. See you tomorrow. I turn this thermostat up to 85, trying to feel like I'm still alive. But the air stays thin and the air stays gray, like the sun forgot to come out today. I'm wearing new flannel, the thick heavy kind, searching for a fever I can no longer find. The tea in my mug turns to ice in an hour, since the world lost its light and the soul lost its power. I sat in a chair, the one by the light where you used to read in the middle of the night. There's a blue kind of shadow where your body would be. I dropped in the floorboards, it's crawling to me. I put my hand down on the velvet and wood, expecting the glow that I once understood. But it's cold as a gravestone, it's cold as the sea, like the heat of the ice died along with we. And I'm haunted by the ghosts of your warmth tonight, shivering here in the pale morning light. I can wrap myself in blankets, I can sit by the flame, but nothing can burn quite as bright as your name. It's a chill in the marrow, it's a frost in the bone, the specific kind of cold when you're truly alone. I'm freezing, baby, in the ghost of your warmth. I see my own place in the middle of the room, like a tiny white cloud in a beautiful tomb. Every exhale is a memory of you, fading away into the frost in the dew. I used to be a furnace, I used to be fire, when I was fueled by the heat of desire. Now I'm just a window with ice on the pane, looking out at a world that is frozen in pain. Did you take the summer with you when you left? Am I just a victim of a thermal theft? I'm rubbing my palms till the skin starts to burn, waiting for the season to finally turn. Give me the ball, give me the fever. I can't survive as a lonely believer. It's too cold, it's too cold in the halls we once held. And I'm haunted by the ghost of your warmth tonight, shivering here in the pale morning light. I can wrap myself in blankets, I can sit by the flame, but nothing can burn quite as bright as your name. I'm still shivering, I haven't been warm since October. The ghosts of you is the only thing I have to hold in guard. It's so cold. Sister at the coffee shop downtown. I made sure that my hair was right, I didn't wear a frown. She asked me how I'd been and if the moving out was hard. I didn't let her see the cracks or that I dropped my guard. I told her I was sleeping great, I found a brand new release. I told her that the silence brought a certain kind of peace. I watched her walk away, convinced that I was through the worst, while I stood there in the sugar aisle, feeling like I had burst. My mother calls on Sundays and I keep the story straight. I tell her I've been eating well and finally gaining weight. I tell my friends at happy hour that it was for the best, while I'm feeling like a hollow shell with a fire in my chest. I'm a candidate for Oscars, I'm a master of the scene, the most believable survivor that the world has ever seen. I've got the script all memorized, I know the cues by heart, but every time I speak the words, I'm falling all apart. Because I'm doing fine without you is the only lie I ever told. It's a copper-plated promise that I'm trying to sell. Let's go. I'm a wreck, I'm a ruin, I'm a ghost inside a cage, but I'm smiling for the camera while I'm tired on the stage. It's the heaviest deception the human heart can hold. I'm doing fine without you, the only lie I ever told. I go home to the darkness and I lock the double bolts, and that's when the performance hits a sudden jarring halt. The smile drops like a heavy stone, the shaking starts to show, and I'm back into the ocean with 100 miles to go. I'm honest about everything, the weather and the bills, the politics, the movies, and the way the winter chills. But when it comes to me and you, I got a silver charm. I'm the bravest, loudest liar that was ever on its wall. Ask me if I'm happy, I'll say yes. Ask me if I'm lonely, I'll say less. Ask me if I miss you, I'll say no. I'm the greatest actor in the whole damn show. I'm screaming in the rain, sad fish and I'm a panic on the screen. I'm doing fine without you, the only lie I ever told. I'm doing fine, I'm doing great. I'm doing, I'm It was 7 letters, light as a feather, when you whispered it under your breath. A sacred forever, staying together like a covenant, cheating at death. I wore it like armor, I wore it like gold, the sturdiest story that I was ever told. But today I'm just standing in the middle of the room, watching the always turn into a tomb. Did it snap like a branch under heavy set snow, or did it just wither and let itself go? Was it a thunderbolt hitting the ground, or a quiet internal invisible sound? I'm looking at the space where the vow used to hang, before the bell stopped and the silence just rang. You gave me a word that you didn't intend to keep, and now I'm the one who is buried so deep. And oh, can you hear it? The sound of a breaking promise. tried to make it fit, but you can't fix a fire once the soul has been quit. Every I promise is a debt that I'm collecting, in a mirror that's broken and no longer affected. You said the word, the cruelest lie that I ever heard. Forever isn't a day, forever isn't a year. It's a debt that you left me to pay with next year. You broke the bow, you broke the bow. You left me here forever, all on my Can you hear the sound of a breaking promise? It's the loudest thing I've ever known. It's the forever falling into the abyss. It's the shattering of stone, serving letters homeward, the biggest lie I ever had. Forever, forever. I put it in the supermarket, aisle number 4. A stranger called her daughter from the middle of the floor. She used the same 2 syllables, the ones that I belong to, but the pitch was all wrong, like a note in a song you can't quite remember or can't quite forget. It didn't have the gravity, it didn't have the air. It was just a collection of letters and bread, instead of a lifeline avoiding a death. You had a way of sliding from the first to the last, like a slow-moving river or a ghost from the past. A little bit of gravel, a little bit of gold, a secret that only my ears got to hold. You said it when you woke up, you said it in your sleep. You said it like a promise you intended to keep. Now I say it to the mirror just to hear how it sounds, but it's just a flat noise in a world of lost grounds. And oh, it's the melody I'm missing the most. The way you said my name, like a holy kind of toast. There was a song in your throat, it was a light in the dark, a specific vibration that carried a spark. Now my name is just a word, a hollowed out frame, 'cause nobody says it the way you said my name. I've started to hate the sound odious, the way it just hangs there in a lonely distress, in the way that the vowel used to lean on your tongue like the very last note that would ever be sung. When you said it, I felt like I finally existed, like the map of my life had been suddenly untwisted. For without your reflection, I'm fading to gray, just a nameless shadow at the end of the day. You say it once more, just a ghost of a song. I vibrate the air, let it shake up the ground. I'm losing the meat and lift in your throat of a letter at sea in a sinking has been turned into yours. It's the melody I'm missing the most. The way you said my name, like a holy kind of toast. It was a song in your throat, it was a light in the dark, a specific vibration. It doesn't sound right. It's in you. It's just a cold sound passing through. The sheet is still folded where your shoulder used to rest. I'm pressing my ear against the hollow of the chest of the space you left behind in the middle of the bed, trying to catch a frequency, a spirit or a thread. The house is so quiet, I can hear the walls breathe. I'm waiting for the moment that the shadows finally leave. I close my eyes tight until the colors start to bleed, looking for the only kind of rhythm that I need. I remember the tempo, I remember the count, a steady little engine, the incredible amount of life that used to vibrate when I put my head right here, before the music vanished and the static turned to fear. I'm tapping on a mattress, 1, 2, 1, 2, trying to jumpstart a ghost, trying to find you. If I mimic the movement, if I match the old pace, maybe I can conjure up the ghost of your face. And I'm tracing your heartbeat in the middle of the night, reaching for a pulse in the absence of the light. My fingers are searching through the linen and the air for a vibration that isn't even there. It's a really dark motion, a phantom kind of touch. I'm missing the thumb of your heart way too much. Yeah, tracing a heartbeat through the silence. Sometimes I think I catch it, just a flicker in the wrist, a tiny little echo of a person that I missed. But it's just my own blood running frantic, running fast, trying to outrun the shadow of a love that didn't last. I'm a radio tuned to escape to the god, heading for a signal in the middle of the eye. Is it still beating? Is it beating for me? Somewhere in the distance, somewhere across the sea. Left, right, stay, light, hold tight, no side. I'm losing the tempo, I'm losing the track. I'm begging the rhythm to bring you back. And I'm tracing your heartbeat in the middle of the night, name, Ghost. I was walking down the aisle at the grocery store, looking for the things I don't need anymore. I reached for that brand of tea that you like, the one with the honey and the mint and the spice. I had it in the basket before I could think, before I remembered you're not here for a drink. I stood there staring at the box in my hand, the tourist lost in the forgotten land. And I'm driving the car on the way back from work. I still check the mirror with a bit of a jerk. I'm about to ask you what you want for our tea, before I realize the seat's empty. I still park on the left to leave room for your door, leaving space for a ghost to step onto the floor. My hands know the wheel, but my brain's in a fog, still following the lines of our old monologue. 'Cause you're an unbreakable habit, a ritual of mine, a shadow that's woven through the fabric of time. I'm a clock that's been wound to time that is past, running a race that was never meant to last. I can say that I've moved on, I can say that I'm free, but my hands are still waiting for you to need me. Yeah, yeah, you're an unbreakable habit, and I'm just a man, woman of routine. I still sleep on the edge, on the far right side, leaving half of the matches for the cold to reside. I still buy the bread that you said was the best, even though it's the flavor that I've come to detest. It's like my body is loyal, but my mind wants to quit, holding on to a candle that's already been lit. They say it takes 21 days to let go, to learn a new rhythm and a different flow. But I've doubled that number, I've tripled the cost, and I'm still just a map of the person I lost. I'm a creature of us, I'm a servant of then. I'm doing it over and over again. Unlearn the laughter, unlearn the touch. Why is a habit so damn much? 'Cause you're an unbreakable habit, a ritual of mine, a shadow that's woven through the fabric of time. I'm a clock that's been wound to a time that is past, running a race that was never meant to last. I put the tea back on the shelf, I drove home by myself, but I still reach for your hand when I hit the red light. Maybe tomorrow, maybe I'll get it right. Old habits die hard, especially you. I've checked the news and I've checked the sky, looking for a reason, looking for a why. I've replayed our last words 1,000 times or more, searching for the maybe as you walked out the door. The logic in my head says the story has been told, that the fire's out of fuel and the ashes have gone cold, that there's a stubborn little shadow that refuses to leave, holding on to secrets that it wants me to believe. I look at my phone like it's a holy stone, waiting for a vibration to prove I'm not alone. I imagine you driving, I imagine you turning, I imagine the bridge that we spent months burning, suddenly appearing, standing strong and new, while you're whispering I'm sorry, I was wrong about you. It's a beautiful fiction, it's a desperate dream, but it's the only thing that's keeping me from tearing at the seam. And I'm waiting for a miracle, I'm waiting for a sign, I'm waiting for the universe to change its mind. I'm standing on the tracks, I'm staring at the sun, praying that the ending hasn't even begun. Heart as a losing, holding up a stake, lay on the ready for the hearts to finally break. I'm just a fool in the dark, kneeling at the wall, waiting for a miracle to fall. And neighbors have noticed I haven't changed a lot. They see me taking air like it's a treasure box. They don't understand that if I let the hope die, I'll be nothing but a shadow in a hollowed out sky. So I keep the porch light on, I keep the candle high, guarding a version of you that I know I haven't died. Wake up and see me, wake up and know that you weren't supposed to pack up and go. Let the stars rearrange, let the oceans run dry. Just give me 1 second while we don't have to die. God, am I asking for too much? Just one word, just one choice, make the impossible come true. Bring me back the peace of your mind. I'm waiting for a miracle, I'm waiting for a sign, I'm waiting for the universe to change its mind. Fighting at the ending, hasn't even done. I'm not ready for the heart to break. The sun is coming in, the miracle is late, but I'm still standing here, kind of lost in I'll give it 1 more hour, 1 more day. I'm still waiting. They say that time is a tailor, sewing up the seams, turning all the nightmares back into the dreams. But I'm looking at the mirror, and I'm looking at the line where your story ended and I had to pick up mine. It's not a clean break, it's not a polished mend. I'm a jagged piece of silver at a bitter kind of end. I don't look for healing like I did a year ago. I've just learned to live with the things I'll never know. It's in a way I hesitate before I let a person in. It's the nervous little twitch beneath the surface of my skin, like a tree that's grown around a piece of rusted garden wire. I've built my life around the cold remains of every fire. You're not a memory, you're a structural change. The reason that the new me feels so quiet and so strange. I'm a map of every battle that we fought and that we lost, and I'm finally adding up the permanent heavy cost. And it's written in the scars, it's etched into the bone, the story of the us that left me standing here alone. You didn't just leave a mark, you changed the very grain of a house that's been redesigned by the coming of the rain. I'm not getting over it, I'm learning what I am, a broken piece of history, a temporary down. It's written in the skies. I used to want the smooth skin, heart without a dent, the version of the life before I knew what never meant. But there's a beauty in the breakage, a truth inside the tear. I'm a much more honest person, feel the weight of every fear. I don't try to hide them, I don't cover them with sleep.